Hello, folks. Welcome. And this is Crosstalk one more time. Crosstalk is a structured debate contest on TV wherein the debating sides, if you see what I mean, appear intimidating from the sidelines. Today, we look at Borno State, northeast Nigeria, reeling under a wave of flash floods provoked by a fracture to the Alao Dam on September 10, 2024. The situation there, which has become dire, no thanks to heavy rainfall, keeps tongues wagging. They keep tongues wagging. The contentious one, I should say, being, could the floods have been avoided? Shall we trigger the debates as we meet the combatants? Let's introduce gentleman Akin Fatunke. Akin Fatunke is a chartered accountant and a national and international affairs commentator. Akin, I welcome you.
Thank you very much, Sisi Jones. It's a pleasure to be here.
Akin is taking a side of the debate. And the other combatant is the unputdownable Emeka Madunagu. Madunagu is a journalist and a political commentator. Emeka, I greet you.
I greet you, the great citizen. Hello, viewers.
Yeah. Could the Borno floods have been avoided, considering what we have on the floor? But for the records, the Alao Dam was constructed in 1984, essentially to provide water for irrigation and domestic use in the Maiduguri environment. It became stretched as a result of the rains I talked about, and it gave way. So we are here. Akin, how do you take off?
I take off by saying we are looking at the very obvious. From the part of country I come from, Yoruba land, there is a saying. It's a bi olode oku, ode odihu bagi, means that the owner of an environment who has not maintained the front cage of his park, it's not tended to it, sooner than later the place will become shrouded and become bush. And you have snakes and monkeys who come to swallow money, who come to swallow brick and mortars. The basic principle of facilities management, whether we are looking at dam, whether we are looking at high rises, whether we are looking at other similar infrastructures, which in our country has defied the common sense of maintenance. I will just go ahead and just create, not realizing that maintaining what we have created is really the cruise, it's really the work to be done, and it's really the money to be made, it's really the safety to come. How could you have created the Alu Dam? And since about 1984, I haven't read about any proactive maintenance. I didn't read about proactive maintenance on my refineries anyway.
Akin, 84 to now is a long time, a fairly long time.
Not only a long time, and it's the same whether we are talking about, shipping lines or aircraft maintenance. We get them on and we flog them to stupor. A money that is supposed to be maintained, or even when some of these assets haven't been sweated, are returning some social capital or maybe some dividends, depending. Those monies are whacked.
In other words, you are saying the floods could have been avoided?
The floods could have been avoided.
Okay.
And in the age of science and technology, and I can say to you, go to NIMET, they keep on talking about many of these things all the time, but it just looks like the executives, including the legislator, including people who live around just turn a deaf ear
and blind eye.
For the life of me, the Alu Dam, like the Jere, like the Goronyo that we could have in Sokoto before it was reconstructed, and then coming down south, the Asejire, the Onyo, are begging and waiting for the fact that the world that we are all looking at, which is the almighty world, the Cameroonian dam that they always release water. We knew this is the military era, Gowon's time, and at Ahijo. We keep on just praying that it will not happen. So we pray more than what.
Okay.
And then when the bullets now then come,
okay. All
we
right.
are left to the
Emeka, conversely, you are saying the dam burst was bound to come.
Yeah, well, if we take notice of something, the dam overflowed in the rainy season, not in the dry season.
But let's state between 94 and now.
Yeah, there was a burst in 94.
Yeah, 41 years.
So yes,
we've been managing it.
Well, yeah, 30 years, you know. So, well, will you call it managing? You know, government actually builds assets, state assets, develops state assets for the use of the people. And the Constitution says that government shall exist for the safety and well-being of the people.
Aki is talking about assets management.
Yes.
Which is key.
Yes, that is one. Of course, you know, only, you know, a government that does not know the value of state assets, you know, will leave such unmaintained. Now, the thing is that we know yearly we have budgetary allocations and you know, appropriations and allocations. You know, these things, you know, are not done by government officials. They are allocated to companies, companies duly registered by the Corporate Affairs Commission, duly certified by the Federal Inland Revenue Service and other agencies. Now, government's job is not to teach the contractors what should be done. It's for the contractors to follow the brief, and then government will not go and inspect.
But government should indulge in what we call in soccer, in sports. Soccer, for instance, you kick and follow the ball.
Yeah, but that will also amount to micromanaging. Because if you look at budgetary allocations, you know, from the Chad Basin Development Authority, money has been appropriated, you know, over the years. So that shows that government has lived up to its responsibility to ensure that that dam, you know, continue to provide that service to the people, you know. And don't forget also, you know, if we go back to 2010, then President Goodluck Jonathan, you know, approached the World Bank that, we have issues of flooding, erosion, desertification. You know, there are the three major environmental challenges we have in Nigeria. So that please design a program and help us out. That was after we had heavy flooding in Lagos, Ogun, and I think Delta State or so. Now, the World Bank quickly responded and developed a program, you know, the acronym NewMap, you know, and dispatched experts to different parts of the country, to all the states of the country, particularly. No, of course, that thing lasted for more than 10 years. So it was supposed to be 10 years, but it lasted to about 13 years because it was supposed to end by 2020, but it jumped into 2023 because of COVID. So the World Bank trained climatologists, environmentalists, and all of that to take care of these things. These things were done over the years. Then, when NewMap ended, well, it's just an acronym for a follow-up program. You know, now, the government followed up on this program, providing its own funding and everything. So it's unfortunate that what happened in Maiduguri, is very sad. But you see, to say that it was, you know, avoidable would be making it look like the government deliberately set up the dam to fail. And I don't think any responsible government would want to do something like that.
You know, I allowed Emeka to speak all the English, and all hot air without substance.
So are you saying you are not persuaded by his argument?
I am confused and I'm disappointed at what he's saying. Okay, I know.
How do you mean?
What I mean is simple, Season Jones.
No, but what he's saying is simple. That the government has done its bit.
Delegatus elect potens delegare. The buck stops on somebody's table. You can't come here and tell me that the government has provided money to contractors, and so when government provided money to contractors and then shifted its air, if it is not complicit in what we are talking about, government has been very irresponsible at all levels, and if not that lives have been displaced and lost. Perhaps I'm going to try and begin to play ping pong with my dear brother Emeka on this matter.
Emeka, you are persuaded?
My point is, if you work in private sector, Emeka, you are a father in a house and you're a father in your community. So you go out there, look for money, then bring it home, and then you turn your back. You are not aware that they are not guarding whatever assets, whatever food that you are providing.
No.
What you see when it comes happen,
you cannot.
Like I said, this is not an English context.
Environmental issues in a simplistic context.
What is environmental?
You see, there are certain issues that.
What is environmental issues?
Environmental issues, for instance, you make all the
dam that was constructed in 1984.
Yes,
and money has been provided.
Yeah, government has been providing this money. Like I said, this
and those money are going down the drain.
I didn't say the money was going down. I didn't say the money was going down.
The money has been.
But you see, government, it's now, like a feedback. It's the duty of the citizens to give necessary feedback. To give necessary feedback to government and to the public that look at what is going on.
Whose responsibility is that?
It's the responsibility of the citizens. That's why we are citizens. We are not supposed to be docile citizens. We are supposed to be citizens that are proactive citizens that make sure.
Why did we
the job of the citizens is to hold government to account.
No.
Now the
government
did its own part. He played his own part. The government ensured that the government but at least if you say it didn't play it well, you have admitted to some extent that the government played its part. It's different from saying that the government was sleeping. Government was asleep.
Yes, government was asleep.
No.
Government was there when these monies were going down the drain.
When this happened,
we all knew this was going to happen.
Government
only a that you say that you are not expecting this to happen.
Even the best of situation. For instance, in the United States, you've had flooding here and there. Hurricanes, tornadoes, and the rest of them flooding. Look at what happened in New Orleans some years ago. It wasn't as if that's the most advanced democracy in the world. Then you have other countries.
Not only was it predicted,
in France, you have other places.
Proactive measure.
In
our own situation.
Are you saying that those countries, those advanced countries, were not proactive enough? Those countries have all the technology. They have all the information. Yet,
our own proactive
they've been overrun by flood. That's not been fair.
To church
that's not been fair. Because
I understand
the fact of the matter is that government made sure.
In the context of what we are looking at, and I can tell you for free, government officials knew this was going to happen.
No, they have known.
They had telltale signs.
No,
they passed the place is leaking.
But like I said,
and then you close your eyes and then you pray.
But we are told that a stroke of nature will rubbish man.
Everything, the best of efforts. Go and check anywhere. Look at, for instance, are you telling me, okay, look at it.
No, the rains came and the
rains came and we didn't know the rains were going to come.
No, you see, okay, look at the Lagdo Dam. I give you the example of the Lagdo Dam in Cameroon.
I don't know about what
the government of Cameroon had delayed releasing water until Saturday when it started releasing water, but they said it would be releasing water gradually.
Majorly.
Majorly. Thank you so much.
Now, dependent on
I'm giving you an example. Look at the Lagdo. In the past, when the dam got full, the government of Cameroon would just open the dam, and there will, with the resultant damage, destruction to lives and property. But now, we based on appeals from Nigeria, the government of Cameroon said we are using water gradually. Don't forget that the issue is about heavy rain. Heavy rain. No, what can we do? We are below. We are resources. We are the lower plane.
It's on record that great Nigerians like Aliko Dangote has thrown 2 billion naira into
different people. Atiku Abubakar, 100 million, 50 million, the government, the National Assembly.
Is that how you run a country? Things that I am telling you,
that shows you that people have.
We will not be depending on Dangote. No, we will not be depending on God of Abraham and God of Jacob and God of Isaac and God of Jacob.
No. You cannot avoid some of these things.
The same goes for all our issues all those are not being maintained and they are all coming down one by one. No, we all know this is going to happen. This is irresponsibility.
How did the government know?
You know that desertification is a natural phenomenon, and so you could do nothing about it.
Trees have been planted. Efforts are, the effort is a continuing thing. And don't forget, environmental issues are global issues, and as such, we're talking about climate change now globally. You have seen Nigeria has been attending meetings, climate change meetings, some years where it has exchanged ideas with, it has exchanged ideas with,
and for all the meetings that have been attended
different parts of the world,
and bad things continue to happen to you.
For instance,
I think bad things in the sense of government not doing anything about it.
No, government is doing something. Government is doing something.
I agree.
In partnership with governmental organizations.
Let me agree with you as a government.
For the third time, this is the third point you agree with.
The third time, I'm not agreeing with you. And what is my point of agreement? Government has been stealing us blind.
We will not be fair. It will not be fair to be talking about stealing blind.
Somebody stealing money.
Because government was still able to at least rescue people. Government was, and look at it.
What about all the people that are dead? What about all the people that are dead?
And
I am saying they are avoidable.
But you see,
my point remains the fact that whether we are looking at collapsed building, planes coming from the sky, they are positive factors.
The people working
I also recognize that you can have an act of God.
As civil servants,
few and far between.
And they come from us.
The examples that you are giving in other countries, Nigeria is more than blessed. And the little
we keep exaggerating this more than blessed.
No.
We are more than blessed, and let me agree with you on that. We are more than blessed. Also with rainfall.
So what we need to do is to manage
with rainfall. How can you manage rainfall?
You can manage rainfall. You can predict rainfall.
After science is telling you.
How can you manage rainfall?
Last time that you now say that you are pleading with.
Science is telling all of us.
And you are not telling me that time.
Yes.
Did you listen to this, my dear friend? That Cameroon will be released once more.
No, yes, but you confirm to me
on the goodness of Cameroon.
No, you are confirming that the Nigerian government has been working.
They have been working.
They've been working.
Backward.
No,
they are working in reversion. Nigeria is not progressing forward in this and other. My heart goes out to so many people that are there.
This
let me tell you something. More people are going to die.
No. People is being avoided.
No. The situation is being addressed.
Yes, it's being addressed.
The way you dress is the way you are going to be addressed.
But remember, there was a huge flood in Mozambique years ago. Remember the case? Yes.
Emeka is very well dressed today, so let's address him as he's dressed.
I can even see that it's in green, white, green, the color that is not bringing any.
You see, that is patriotism. I'm doing patriotism. That you see, we have a.
If you look at the symbol, the man has black on his chest.
No,
it's an indication that he's saying that Nigeria is not working.
No. Just in solidarity.
That is a color.
In solidarity with the people who lost their lives.
It's a color.
Yes, it's a color.
Yours has blue and has black, but his own is black.
No, but yours is white. You have white.
Oh, yes.
So that shows there's hope.
That there's hope.
you know,
look,
that there's
all the feet of Nigeria and Nigerians on fire.
You see,
we have not
you see, when we keep blaming government, we forget that
I can tell you go to the environmental department. They go and look at intelligence. They knew this was going to happen. Somebody will look at the fire and say they can know.
But are you saying that there was no work done? There has been work going on.
I don't told you
that and in other bank. No, you need to prove that. You will need to prove that. You need to prove that.
Human beings are not swallowing it. Monkeys will be swallowing it. Crocodile will swallow it.
No, but you know the anti-graft agencies caught the monkey that stole the money and
monkeys don't swallow.
Monkeys don't swallow money because it was a human being, metaphorically described as a monkey.
Yes,
but the very human being.
And these human beings are the government.
Cynics will float that viewpoint just to distract attention.
No. I read what I read. Unless you can say what I read. Somebody was asked or queried, and he said, by the time I came, monkey swallowed the thing.
Yes, but the monkey was apprehended and the money was recovered. So you have to give kudos to the government. From the monkey, from the snake.
Money that is recovered in Nigeria is stolen.
No, you have to give kudos to government.
Are you telling me you don't know that?
The problem is this. When we talk about government, we forget that government also works with the civil service. And these people come from within the system. The politicians, the public servants, the civil servants, they all come from Nigeria. So if we talk about government and all that, there is the process of recruitment. There's a process of recruitment.
Who recruits them?
Government recruits them, but you and I have a duty to hold government to account. Now,
can I tell you about
have we done
in the private sector?
But don't forget,
if a thing like this happens, you are not going to continue to.
But the contractors are for the private sector. But the contractors are for the private sector.
Aki, but it's not that you are happy.
The way they are managed.
Aki, it's not that you are happy with the dam busting.
Yes.
Busting.
I can never be happy with it. I'm unhappy.
No, we must talk about the fact that
I'm very unhappy with the people.
So
have you seen the dam before?
We should not try to
Oh yeah.
The people that are supposed to put the structures are putting struts. So what do you expect?
No, how can they put struts? These are also human beings. Now we should not try to, analyze this thing to make it look like. Because don't forget,
I don't see them
even the best players in the private sector.
No human being.
I've been all over the world. I've been dragged for fraud. I've been arrested for poor quality jobs all over the world. The World Bank has actually registered many companies. Yeah. Companies that fail to live up to expectations.
How many have been registered in Nigeria?
No, the federal government keeps doing that. It doesn't have to announce everything. It doesn't have to announce
everything. I don't have a right.
It doesn't have
I have a right.
No, but if you care,
you have a right to your facts.
Yes,
my facts.
Yeah, you know the thing is this.
Straightforward.
You know the thing. If you look at it, okay, I give you an example. Some months recently, some weeks ago, the federal government revoked a contract to a prominent construction company.
Government kept on hiring the contractors that will call monkeys.
No, I didn't call them monkeys. No, you call them monkeys. But I said
you said they are human beings.
That's the human factor. Now, unfortunately,
we all knew that was going
human factor, but government is dealing with all this.
I also know that human beings, monkeys or crocodiles or whatever it is, have been given contracts to tar some of our roads.
No. Aki, don't be cynical.
No, but the roads are being tarred. The roads are being tarred.
I also know that contractors have been given maintenance contracts for buildings, and those buildings are falling down.
No, not all the buildings.
Gentlemen, there's a national emergency in northwest Nigeria.
You mean northeast Nigeria?
Northeast Nigeria, I beg your pardon.
Have they responded?
So
where is the money going to?
The money went into
repair the dam. Money now. Yeah. A dam, the allowed dam broke.
Yes.
Because it became
unfortunately.
I mean,
nobody is celebrating the fact that the dam broke.
Maintenance, management,
even the best
practitioners,
even the best.
There is the concept. Excuse me,
can have problems.
Homes operations integrity management system.
No, but I hope you agree.
It is the reason why.
Scientifically,
why
you have margin of error.
No.
You have margin of error. Even the best
That margin of error.
Within that margin of error, anything can happen.
That margin of error is this margin of error that you are talking about is an error that occurs on the regular basis. Now it's become the same.
Murphy's law says if anything can go wrong, it will.
It will go wrong.
It has gone.
But it's also a lesson.
Okay.
It's a lesson to people. Government has definitely learned its lesson.
Lesson to who?
And you can see that the government has been moving around. The government
is it the first time we are having moved around? Have we not learned from what?
Well,
like the proposal of
every
you've forgotten, not
every issue,
learn from nothing.
Every issue presents its own challenges. His own challenge. Yes, every issue.
Even if you call it an accident, it's also waiting to happen next tomorrow. What are we
no, it will not happen again. The government will make sure.
No,
every contractor.
Okay. I do not count for the kind of government you have.
The government will.
Because government has been.
Gentlemen, time is the master.
Has been recruiting contractors who are.
In just a minute. Time is the master
who are
on this show.
But contractors are Nigerians.
Hold on.
And Rakunis and Jekis.
Aki, you are bubbling this morning.
I'm bubbling because life is lost.
But okay.
Those lives that are lost will have been.
No. Nobody is happy that the lives are lost. It's very sad.
If you are happy, the next day
is painful.
All this
you are not being governed.
Don't forget it.
It's unfortunate.
I'm in charge here. Please, it's time to begin to wind down.
Okay.
So, Emeka, how do you take this home?
Yeah, don't forget the fact that government is made up of human beings. They have spouses, they have children, and they have relatives. So they won't be happy that a dam, got to this extent, submerged houses, and like, one account said, is submerged 23,000 neighborhoods. No government, no responsible government will be happy. Yes, we have had failings in government, but we know that the number of these things have been addressed. Like I gave you the example of what then President Goodluck Jonathan did in 2010 with the new map. It got to 2020 when it should have ended, but because of COVID, government, a responsible government now extended it by 3 years to 2023. Then the successor government said, no, these environmental challenges are major problems for us. And they now said, okay, let's bring up a successor program called Assessor. And then with that Assessor, you just go online and you get the details. Even Assessor has a unit in Maiduguri. In Maiduguri that has been looking into issues within Borno State. So definitely the government will continue to carry out its duty to ensure the safety and the well-being of people, like it's its constitutional duty. But unfortunately, sometimes even the best arrangements can go, the best plans can go wrong. But the thing is that if you look at the government rose to the occasion, and if the government was irresponsible, it wouldn't have been able to get the private sector public spirited individuals to roll in billions.
In other words, you are saying that the Borno floods could not have been avoided.
Yes.
It was nature at work.
You see, we are not in control of nature.
Okay.
We can do our best, but you see, sometimes nature can rubbish. Yes, nature can rubbish. Even the best of plans. But the thing is this: luckily, the government is not resting on its laurels.
Okay.
It is still working to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
Yeah, okay, but you are saying the Borno floods could have been avoided. How do you take this home?
I take it home and I rest it in peace here. Did you listen to fella? Water really no get enemy. It is human beings.
No. Fela didn't talk about floods.
Or dams.
He's talking about water as an element,
Yes.
It gives life.
Yes.
That's the logic Fela was
I don't have a problem if you want to twist it in any way.
No, it's not about twisting.
As far as
I never talked about floods. He talked about water as a life-sustaining element.
I go back. Fela spoke about water not being an enemy. Water is a resource that can be used, can turn to floods, can turn to river if you don't do the right thing.
I tell you, Fela was not talking about floods.
If you are not proactive
in that context.
If you are not proactive, so that's number one. The same Fela, and you tell me that he didn't talk about it also. talk about animals in human skin, animals that are subhuman nature, and I agree with him. For me, I don't consider
Fela was an agitator, so he could have sung that way.
Yes.
I am agitating against the life of people that are being lost mindlessly in Nigeria.
Through no fault of government. Okay.
Through the fault of government in all respects. I also understand the fact that you can have a force majeure. You can have margins of error.
Thank you.
Thank
you very much.
But those margins are exception. What we have in Nigeria is the rule that as if government deliberately just said, look, I don't give a damn, you people don't go and die.
It's not possible.
My final...
Okay, so you are not saying that if an earthquake strikes in this environment, government should be at fault?
No, government can predict it. Government can begin. I'm not saying government has not done, but government has not done.
But if government predicts an earthquake, can government stop it?
Take the example of the oil dam that you have just mentioned. They had to move people to IDP camps. And what do we have in the IDP camps? Looting upon looting. And
those are allegations.
Government, no. These are real facts.
No, but you said government.
Emeka is taking
the humanization that is when you don't have a structure and you don't have governance, and you just all what you just do is you just vote me in, go in there. It's my turn. It's not your turn, and you come out from there with SUVs and whatever. When your people are dying, it's not what I call responsibility. You have planned yourself to fail. You have structured yourself to fail. And the way I see is that, well, this one will just pass. And then the next will then move on to the next level. And when I talk about government, I'm talking about government at all levels. Governance, including what Emeka is making an allusion to. When you have an institution that's supposed to be doing what needs to be done and it's not being done, the buck stops on the head. The buck stops on Nigeria's head. And I pray I'm wrong. I think we are waiting for another disaster yet to happen. I pray I'm wrong.
Okay.
I pray I'm wrong.
All right. So we halt there. Gentlemen, the debate will continue, especially in your part of town. But I do know that science is proving that man can live in outer space and at the bottom of the sea, but the area in between is causing all the trouble. When nature strikes, man becomes helpless. So the same with this Borno flood situation. We are very sorry about the tragedy. That's nature at work. But I'm out of here. Let's thank Akin Fatunke for your time.
Always a pleasure.
Emeka Madunagu, we thank you too.
Thank you very much.
They say, gentlemen, they say being a gentleman is wonderful, but not after an argument or a debate like this.
Well, there's a debate. Not all gentlemen. Gentlewomen, please, let's put it together. There are also gentlewomen.
All right, so we're out of here. On behalf of the Backroom Boys, this is yours sincerely, Citizen Jones Hussein, saying bye-bye now. Take care.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.